some wins, because I know some guys have been doing. I want to start with Hobber, because I know that he did that deal with Matt George over a week ago, I guess last week. And so I wanted to hear any follow-up, or anything that's happened as a result of the follow-up you had with realtors that you hadn't known before, or realtors that you're rekindling relationships with. Tell us what happened.
Not yet.
Have you done any follow-up with people? What's the plan?
I'm going to call each one of them and get a meeting, but I haven't, because I've been dealing with some quick closings that have not been fun. Yeah, we went from 0 to 100 in like 3 weeks, last 3 weeks. So it's been busy and I'm down one assistant. But anyway, no, I haven't called them. I feel terrible, but I'm going to call them today. Today's my prospecting block for realtors.
Right on.
So yeah.
Cool. Jacqueline, tell us about the first time homebuyer webinar or seminar that you did.
So I started developing a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club to do homebuyer education classes for their staff and for the parents of the kids who come to the clubs. I did one for the club like 2 months ago, but nobody showed up. So I wasn't super optimistic about the staff one that I had scheduled this week, but I actually had 14 people show up to that one. And I've already had one person reach out that wants to set up a meeting. So I'm really excited about that. They want to make it like a quarterly thing. So right now I'm just talking to their first time home buyers, but eventually I want to get in front of their more seasoned homeowners, because I have that home equity class that I created too. And a lot of them are still really hesitant about moving out of their properties because of where rates are and stuff like that. So we're having some conversations around that.
Right on. Good job. That's cool. Well, and it's, you know what, we're doing things, you guys, everybody's doing things right now that they don't do, that they haven't done, that they haven't had to do, because it's been that. But that's the win opportunity that we have. I know it is, because just this is what happens. You proactively went out there and you got an app, and who knows where that leads. I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's cool that we're working with their staff. These people do not make much money. These guys take these jobs. I always admire that so much, because I've never done that. I've never taken a job that I knew was gonna pay me less money, but it was such an impactful job that I was gonna be, involved in. I just think it's so cool. And if you ever spend any time at Boys and Girls Club and see what they do and the work that's going on there, it's really cool and really impressive. So that's awesome that we're doing that. Who else? Somebody raise their hand. Well, how about Ryan? Because I know that Ryan, you recorded a Zoom sit and got some feedback from Giuseppe, and just talk about, and this is, just to I really want to encourage people to take advantage of the technology that exists here, which is every call that goes in and out of this office is recorded on Zoom. So any call that you wanted to have played back and listen and learn from, it's a priceless learning opportunity. And the same thing when you're doing a Zoom presentation, recording that Zoom presentation, you will learn so much so fast that you can make so many corrections and improvements in such a short period of time. But Ryan, why don't you, I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but could you please share a little bit of what the takeaway was from that?
Yeah, I mean, this came out of just being so pissed off that I was losing deals. I think I probably lost more clients that have been under contract than I've that I've locked this year. So just reaching out to G, I had him watch one of my Zooms and he gave me a ton of awesome feedback. So super grateful for that. But I felt like I probably hadn't grown as much as I'd wanted to in that part of my business, just providing the value. Almost the Zoom might have been a detriment more than anything, just the way I was going about, how quick I was doing it and certain things. So I took a lot out of it. And now I've got this big ass sign that I have right in front of me. Record everything, shut up and breathe. It's just been great. I mean, it's like one of the things that you don't want to see yourself on video. You don't want to get the feedback because it's cringy, but then at the end of the day, it's going to make you better. And so I'm pumped that I'm recording everything now. And just my goal every week is just to listen to one discovery call. And if I have a Zoom, watch that Zoom back and hopefully just continue to grow. Cause I think it's best to watch ourselves as much as we can.
Think about every professional athlete at the highest levels of sport and what they do, right? So everything's recorded so that they can go back and see what they can do to improve. I don't know if I need to say anything else about it. I just think that in our profession, in the sales profession, in any profession, there'd be so much to learn from that. And you know, we're doubling down on just my thought process about teaching new people the business going forward. I want to do it from the perspective of, I just want to teach you how to have the conversations and go make a call, talk to somebody. Don't make any more calls. Let's go listen to the call, right? Like, let's just learn from that first call. Now go make another call. Now go make another call. I just think that the learning opportunity there. So I will make myself available to anybody that wants to do that. If you want to do a Zoom presentation, you want to do, and I won't have to say much. Ryan probably, when he probably watched the video, probably didn't have to get a lot of that feedback, because it is cringy. Like, you're just like, oh my God, I interrupted the guy. He was saying something and I just kept talking. And it's those kinds of insights that are so freaking valuable. And so you won't know if you don't hear it. And in the past, when we listened to phone calls, I remember Mike Cazell, a lot of people know who Mike was. The first time Mike heard himself speaking to a client, it was like Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Like, you couldn't understand a fucking thing the guy was saying. I was like, Mike, no wonder they're not doing well. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, and I know mortgages. And he's like, he was just sitting there like going, I can't believe I sound that bad. I can't believe I sound that bad. And it's just, you're not going to know if you don't take the time to listen. So there's so much to be gained. I just want to encourage you at the highest possible level to take advantage of that technology and learn. If you want to be a professional and you want to be world-class, that's what world-class professionals do. Jacqueline, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say something about, for those of you that are still on the fence about doing the newsletters, I have uploaded into the marketing folder. There's some examples February through June that you can use and rip off and make your own and stuff. But I was just going to say, I've been sending them out 3 months now. I got a database lead this week that I've already converted to a pre-approval, and they're shopping this weekend. And I have people actively reach out. Usually between 10 and 15 people will actively reach out to me that are past clients that maybe I haven't talked to in a while, saying, thanks for the letter. This month I did a scratch ticket. I've had a bunch of people reach out and say, hey, I didn't get anything, but I love the letter, or hey, I won $4 or $5 or whatever. So if you're still on the fence about that, I do think that that's a really good marketing piece to stay in touch with your past clients.
Right on. Thank you. Who else? Casey. You're doing some work. You're doing some. I know that you and Dean with some of the builder stuff activity. Can you got anything? Any updates that you can share? How that's going?
Yeah, I mean, I did start the newsletter thing, same as Jacqueline. That was something that I wanted to get out, so I shared that with everyone yesterday.
That was a great newsletter, by the way. I loved your newsletter, dude. It was great.
Yeah, my approach on that is just get them something dumb that's going to get something immediately in front of them, right? That's not salesy whatsoever. The other thing that we've been working on is builder relationships up north, and I know Dean's been kind of heading this up. But a lot of what we've been doing is kind of building marketing materials around that, trying to get in front of them and working with their sales reps. It's incredible how many of these builders, their lenders just, they're order takers, right? That's all they are. They get their relationship, they're the preferred lender, and then they take the order and just hand them leads. What are they doing to help drive something to the builders? So that's kind of the angle that we're trying to go in, is take a bottom-up approach, get in front of these sales reps, because they're the ones that drive it. So just staying in front of them, knowing what you're presenting, knowing how you're presenting a value add to them. Some really simple stuff. We're putting together mortgage coach presentations with videos in front of some of their current inventory, saying, hey, here's the promotions on this. Scan a QR code when people are going in and checking the house, so that they see real numbers on that mortgage coach presentation as they're being shown the property. So some really cool stuff there, a little bit of a different approach than the realtor marketing, but it's still fun sales regardless.
You did a great job when we were on that sales call listening. I was blown away. Casey's like, you record your sales calls. Casey's a great salesperson, dude. You sound so confident. You sound like I'd be like, dude, I want to work with you. So great job. Anybody else have anything else they want to share? Any wins for the week? Any big? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not doing the newsletter, but I do the Barry Habib's weekly newsletter. Does everyone know how to do that or where it comes from? Like every Monday, it's at the top where they have like where the timestamps are right above the mortgage-backed security thing. So I just send that to marketing, and then they kind of hyperlink, and then I do the PDF, and then they hyperlink it into an email. I just do that every Monday. I don't talk about rates. I just feel like it's very informational for clients and realtors to see like economic news and what's going on, and just get a better feel for the economy.
Where is that in there, Hopper?
Here, I'll share my screen.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why don't you do a quick screen share?
Well, it's not here right now, but
Is that the premium version too?
no idea. Every Monday up here, Monday morning, it'll be like weekly newsletter. And then it's like thoughts from the front line, which are really cool. It's just it's stuff from from this Malden guy. It's just really informational, like just stuff about the economy. I always read it. And then Market Wrap, maybe that's what it is. No, it
Chris,
comes out
go to
on
market-
Mondays.
Chris, go to marketing. And then go to newsletter.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yep. Okay. So it's from last week, right? So I copy this right here and then send it to marketing, and then I go over here and export. Literally takes 30 seconds, and I get this little thing. It's got my face on it. It's got a newsletter. They hyperlink this, so it's just a lot of good information, right? And it's kind of like the same thing as the newsletter, like home hack of the week, blah blah blah. I send that every Monday, and I got a referral this Tuesday from a realtor that from, I don't know, I haven't talked to this lady in like 5 years. She's like, I get your newsletter every Monday. I got a buyer in Boulder, blah, 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 $1.5 million price, and we're under contract. So yeah. 2 weeks,
That's
like
awesome. I
3
had
week
no idea that was
closing.
in there.
Yeah, so every Monday, and I just put a alert. Well, Megan is gone, but I have an alert every Monday that's just says like at 9 a.m. send marketing info. So I just send it to them, and they send it out by maybe 11. And I was only doing it to like all realtors and only people in the process, like suspect to pre-approval. And I just started doing, I'm just going to send it to even like past clients that have closed, because I feel like why wouldn't they find it helpful to just see like some report every Monday? I mean, I like it. So if they unsubscribe, they unsubscribe. But
if anyone
whatever.
missed it, this MBS is only $30 a month for us. It's usually 200. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was gonna ask John, like update. So like the premium version now, because we have the enterprise deal through our partnership with MBS and VIP.
$30.
So it's, if you didn't know that, it's $30 a month for the premium version now. So really good value. You should take advantage of that.
Second best tool we have besides Mortgage Coach.
Yeah, there's a lot. And then he just sent out, I don't know if anybody looked at the new slides that he delivered earlier this week. I didn't have a chance to look at them yet. Like I said on my video message last night, when Amy's not here, I'm my own assistant and I don't get much done, but that's a really good value. Go ahead, Jay.
So this weekend, I was around a lot of people and working with some people I know but don't know very well, refereeing lacrosse. And you get a little bit of time in between quarters. So I took the time to just ask them like, hey, what do you do when you're not refereeing lacrosse? And like started the conversation that way, and then found out like both of my leads this week came from the lacrosse field, just asking them like if they own a home or if they rent, and if they rent, why do they rent? And and ended up getting 2 meetings out of that. So
Right
and
on.
1 credit pull. So
So if you just talk to people is what you're saying.
I only got a deal at the dog park a few years
Wait,
ago.
are you telling me that if you just talk to people?
on Dave's point with the new presentation highway or whatever, I always screenshot during those. I'll pause it and I'll screenshot. Well, I think for those there's slides, but sometimes in the morning, if there's like a good slide that Barry and them have, I'll like pause it and screenshot it, and then I'll put it in my buyer presentation so it's updated. So I've noticed like I have that inflation chart, but it's like hasn't been updated since January, right? And we're about to get February's next week, so or Marchers, I guess. So anyway, just keep updating that presentation so it's up to date, not with old info.
Right on. Jessica, raise your hand.
Well, yeah, shout out to Chris. I'm in a cycling club and I also sponsored the team. I got kind of talked into it. And I was getting interviewed by Priya. Prilla, I don't know. You did her Sandoval.
Priscilla?
Yeah, Priscilla, Priya, I don't know. She was interviewing me and she just could not stop raving about Chris and how awesome he is and how he saved her from being totally misguided by another broker. And she just couldn't stop raving about Chris and how great he is. So I was like, well, that's my team member. We share the same office. So yeah. So anyways, big shout out to Chris. She's a raving fan and just wants to tell the whole world about you. And then and then
Yeah, she
today,
was getting screwed over in like October of 2020. Some lender was charging her like 2 points for a refi. It was terrible.
yeah, she said you just have like the best integrity and you're just so honest. And that's what she walked away with. So and then on Wednesday, I went to was it Wednesday? Maybe it was Thursday, but I went to an International Women's Realtor Council meeting. And there was a panel of awesome realtors there who I met with, and I said, I want to get lunch with every single one of them. And I'm working away at that. So pretty phenomenal women who are awesome realtors out there changing the world. So hoping to get the lunch date.
Right on.
Yeah.
Great job. These
Oh,
are
I
great.
got another win. I got a good
Go ahead.
one.
Go ahead.
Sorry, dude.
All right.
So I had pre-approved this client a while back. Oh man, I'm trying to figure out how to like tell the whole story. And it took a while because like she wanted to be in the jumbo market, but I'm like, you don't have any rental payment history. Like I can't, like, you don't pay rent. Like I can't get you in jumbo, plus your debt to income is like 48, like whatever. So then the new loan limits came out. I was like, great, you can go up to your like $1 million price point and put down, $250 and you're good, because I can go up to 48% debt to income. But she's always like, yeah, but your rates are high. I was like, okay, like, no, they're not. So I followed up with her. Oh, I got a call. And I just randomly got a call from her ex the other day. And he was on the phone, and I could hear her in the background, just kind of like being like, oh, I fucked up. And he was like trying to help the deal. And I'm like, wait. She's like, yeah, we're under contract, or she's under contract, and they told her that she's got to bring an extra $100,000 to closing and pay off all of her student loans. And I'm like, at first I'm like, my heart was like, I wanted to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why did you go under like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, their rate was really good at 5.375. It was like Key Bank or something. No, Ent. And I was like, send me their breakdown. It was like 5.375. And I was like, but Damien, I told you your debt. I was like, you couldn't go jumbo. Like, they're putting you in jumbo loan. You can't do it. You don't have $400,000 down. You have 250. And so the point is, the win is we do things right here the right way. And we take a little bit extra time to pre-approve people to make sure they don't have situations like that last night. I actually just texted her like, hey, what's the update? And she's like, yeah, we terminated last night. Like, yeah, of course you did, because you don't have $400,000 to put down. So the win is, yeah, we're good at what they do. She's like, is there a regulatory body to report loan officers when they do something wrong? The win is I'm going to get this client back. So, and
John has a story. John has a story just like this. Go ahead.
Oh, which one?
Your buddy in Tennessee.
Oh yeah. Friend of a friend buying a $1.4 million house in Tennessee. Got loan denied on closing date, and the agent, without his permission, extended the contract and told him he had to take a hard money loan at like a 12% rate on $1 million, and threatened that the seller would sue him if he walked away, even though he had a financing contingency that did run through closing date. So like, he called me in a panic and read his contract. I'm like, no, you can terminate. Your agent's just freaking out because she just lost a $40,000 commission. that she was gonna use to buy a BMW tomorrow. So tell them to terminate, you have to terminate me today. And the house was back on the market a half an hour after he terminated. So the seller wasn't gonna sue him, but still, yeah. Somebody put him under contract for that property.
So-
1.4 million.
Love the story. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, John. This is
Can
the
I say
point.
something on that though? Oh, you're gonna say the point? Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, so the deal is that we are really good at this, okay? There isn't, you can fake it if you want to in this business, but at the end of the day, it's your reputation on the line, and your reputation gets you repeat and referral business. You work so freaking hard to get a real estate agent to send you a lead. It's fucking hard to get that to happen, okay? It takes a long time. You don't want to blow it up. So all the shit that we have you do, the checklists and all the work that goes into it, and the fact that I've got all this support here for you to make sure you're not fucking it up. I don't want you to fuck it up. Once it's under contract, everything changes, right? Because once it's under contract, in the customer's mind, I'm getting the house, right? That's the reality. Oh, like, oh, cool, I'm getting the house. Like, maybe you're getting the house. Ask John's buddy if he was getting the house, because he didn't get the house. And these stories there's endless numbers of these stories, and that's what you should be trading on in the marketplace. And we've got to do a lot better job so pivot over to this conversation, the conversations that I've been having with Mike White. He keeps reminding me, because I'm not good at this, you guys. I know we're really good at this, but then I always think we're not that good. I don't know what that is. I just have this, well, I can't take too much credit for it. It's okay. And be humble and everything else. Like, the fact of the matter is, we're the best. In his mind, he says this all the time. You are the best mortgage company in this country. You're the best mortgage company I've ever dealt with, because of the way we do things and our commitment to being excellent at this, which turns into extra repeat and referral business for you guys on a regular basis. We have to start doing a better job. I have to start doing a much better job of making sure we all understand and we promote that correctly. Like, he's got me figuring out how I'm going to put signs in the lobby about us being the number one or the number one surveyed mortgage company and that kind of thing, so that it's front and center for you guys as a reminder on a regular basis. Like, we're just really good at what we do, because what we do is serious business for people. There's huge ramifications associated with getting a mortgage, huge financial ramifications. And, you know, just imagine if that customer what if that guy hadn't called John and he went out like going, well, I guess I have to do this or I'm going to get sued, because there's a realtor who's just, I want my $42,000. I don't care about you. I want my $42,000. And it doesn't have to be like that. So that's the takeaway that I want to share with you. And so with Mike, what I've done is Mike had reached out to me, because I reached out to Mike because I saw some numbers that you guys all know who Megan Cloud is at VIP. She's been kicking everybody's ass. And last month, Megan Cloud, with a team of 7 people, which is all of her processors and admins and everything else, she's a branch. But Megan Cloud is the loan officer. She has a junior LO that does some of her loans, and then a couple of LOAs and a couple of processors. She closed 33 loans. We closed 19. I got 14. Well, I had 14 loan officers a couple of days ago. Now I have 12. But for those of you that don't know, Keegan and Ocean left. But she closed 33 loans. So I'm calling Mike White going, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, what is she doing? What is going on? And so we've been talking all week, and I'm engaging Mike as a coach. I need some help and some guidance and some planning work that he can help me with. But as part of that process, he's going to be available. I'm making him available to help all of you with any business planning and accountability activity that is necessary. And he has a million ways to get loans, right? Mike, what I really like about Mike and Chris and Giuseppe's not on here, they worked with Mike early on in their careers, and Mike has there's a million different ways to go out and get business. It isn't just real estate agents. So there's we're going to be able to take advantage of it. He's going to be out here. He's coming out to do a site visit with me, and we might turn it into a in-person coffee for closers meeting. He's going to be here on Friday, the 31st of March. But I'm super excited to be engaged with him again. And I don't know how long this will last, but I'm, you know, I'm really excited, and his level of confidence in what we do and how we do it is really, I really like that. So, so that's what I wanted to share about what's going on with Mike. I'll get with you guys individually, and we'll just talk about ways that we can leverage him once he starts, and give you guys time to meet. If anybody wants to get a call scheduled for like, hey, I want to do some business planning, he'll be happy to do that with you. So right now we're going to cover the cost of this. If it turns out that you're going to want a little more than what that allows, then you'll probably have to subsidize it a little bit. But I will tell you that Mike's very, you know, you got to do the work guy. Like, here's your plan, now do the work. Mike's all about, it's just common sense stuff. It's just, okay, here's your plan, now schedule it. Get in your calendar, show me where you're going to plug it in, and then you're going to do the work. It's pretty basic stuff, but the accountability is great. He's got a huge heart. You know, I've shared how I talked him into helping me back in 2007 when we were really struggling. And I told him, I go, I can't pay you, but if I get this thing turned around, and he did that. He's like, all right. And so he flew out here. I paid his travel expenses, and just a great guy, and has helped us a lot. And so anyway, looking forward to working with Mike. Reverse mortgages real quick. So today, after the Friday conference call, Lori's going to do a max 15-minute, maybe 20 minutes, probably max 15-minute video presentation just for all the LOs, just video, like a Zoom presentation, so that just to give you guys a flavor for what reverse mortgages are. If you have clients that it will fit. Reverse mortgages are not something I recommend loan officers do that are working in the forward world now. And the reason that I don't is it's a completely different product. It's a different software you have to log into to work. It's a whole different level of explanation. When I was originating, I thought, oh yeah, I want to do reverse mortgages. And then the first time I had a conversation with a borrower about reverse mortgages, these old people like to tell you their life story. And as this woman started talking to me, I was like, and I literally opened up a magazine. I was sitting back here just agreeing with her as I was like going, oh my God, this is terrible. I had to set the magazine down. I was like going, I can't sell these loans. Lori's got the heart for it. Lori loved doing it. Lori used to sell them, so she'll talk about that a little bit. And then just some great stories about why it's a great product for the right situation. If you want to sell them, then that's a different discussion that we'll have. I just want to make sure that you guys all know what they are. Like I said, I don't recommend forward loan officers doing them because they're just clunky to do and long term. I mean, you're not going to get a customer to like, hey, I'd like to get a reverse mortgage. Can I close in the next 30 days? Because that's not what they do. They like to think about it and think about it and think about it. So there's a long incubation period most of the time. But I just want to make sure you guys, everybody understands what that is. All right. So I'm going to send out a video in Zoom invite for like 12:15, and we'll record it. And then if for everybody that's on it, you want to watch it, you can ask questions as well. And then, so that's it on that. Let's plan on reading the next chapter in Fanatical Prospecting for next week, chapter 13. It's on social selling. It's a long chapter, so there's only going to be one chapter of reading going forward. The rest of the chapters in this book are just one chapter at a time. Does anybody have anything else they want to ask or contribute or add? Go ahead, Case.
I just have one quick question. This is unrelated to what we've been talking about, but does anyone know if we have a non-QM product down to 640 on an investment property? Random question.
It is random. I don't know.
Most likely not, if you have to ask.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Did you look at Access?
I mean, maybe 40% down, you could.
Yeah.
Something out, but not, I mean, what do you?
Did you look at Access?
Cash out. They own it free and clear.
Axos maybe,
Maybe.
All right, I'll check them.
or
Thank
Deep
you.
Haven?
I'll check both. I've already looked, but 640 is tough.
Yeah.
All right. We good? Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want to add something?
I was just going to follow up on my trauma deal, well, whatever win. Just, yeah, the lenders out there, guys, are just, I think people are starving for business, and they're just like telling people what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. So just, don't be that person that's like, oh, I can do it. And then you this lady almost lost 50,000 earnest money. So just do things the right way. Tell people, yeah, it might take a little bit extra to pre-approve you, but we're not going to have any last minute, issues when stress is higher. So,
Well, I just want to say something about that too. Chris's story can be your story. It doesn't have to be one of our loan officers. It could be like, hey, I just helped a customer. Here's what happened. right? Those stories are powerful. Like when you're in the middle of, when you're talking to a client like Lou, like you got to be really careful in this business because a lot of people just don't care. And here's what, we just had this situation come up and here's what we had to do to resolve it. This customer almost lost $50,000. You know, John's customer almost got a realtor, like forced him into a freaking hard money loan. Are you kidding me? So those stories are real. Like you've got to share this stuff. Jan runs across some of the most fantastical, amazing stories, the way his clients get abused. It's insane. And the savings, the things that he's done to save deals are astounding. And it just speaks to, you know, the nature of the business that we're in and the opportunity that it represents. And we've got to do a better job. I've got to make sure that I'm doing a better job of giving you guys the tools that you need to be able to talk about what a great company this is, because of the type of people that we are and the type of work that we want to do. So thank you for that. I love what Chris said. It takes a long time to get a loan done sometimes because you want to make sure that there's not going to be any issues. And we go pretty fast, but you know, listen, go watch that video I sent out last week, Giuseppe, the way, if you're not sure how to set a customer up, set the right expectation, because that's all it is. It's setting the right expectation with the client on the first day to keep them from having a bad transaction. And just because the realtor wants to go fast, if you got a realtor that continues to do that to you, you're working with the wrong realtor, right? They're going to get you into a situation where you're going to be sorry, and the customer's going to be sorry, and it's going to be all your fault because the realtor's not going to take responsibility. The realtor's going to throw you under the bus. Because the realtor just wants his commission. So that's it. Anyway, not all realtors, just some of them. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the Friday call.